as we are getting ready to jump into game number 1. Representing both teams, it is going to be Miraculous Gaming Towley versus Team Gravity Space Marine, a Zerg versus Protoss to kick off the evening gallegation. Are you ready, my friend?
I am more than just ready. I am excited.
I am excited too, so let's jump right on into this. It is game number 1 of this I was going to say best of 8. It's definitely not best of 8. It is the round of 8 of the StarCraft 2 Community Team League playoffs. Miraculous Gaming versus Team at Gravity, and in the lower right-hand corner, representing the former Miraculous, it is the green Zerg Towley.
And in the top right-hand corner is Protoss in the blue trunks. It is Space Marine.
Which is sort of a odd name for Protoss, yeah?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you know, I mean, we've seen a lot of weird names race-wise. I think we saw like a Zerg winning or something type name, and that guy was Protoss as well. So that
I'm just looking at chat. Troy continuing to go on about Protoss. you have no material to base your threats on now. Actually, it's not really Terran. It's just Tasia that's a beast right now.
He is. They need to nerf Tasia.
There you go. But it looks like we've got a pretty early scout from Towley coming out. He's heading across the map up into Space Marine's base. He wants to know what's going on right away. Space Marine doesn't really give no craps, as he is delaying that scout now, just sending it out as Towley is entering his base, seeing nothing but a pylon and probes, exactly what you'd expect around the 15-minute point, or 15 food point if there's going to be an early Nexus coming down. So seeing all that he wants to see, going down and putting down a hatch of his own.
That's right, and it looks like he might be saving up here. Nope, he's just making those drones.
I'm curious now if seeing that hatch or that Nexus early, if he's going to be going for a third hatch right away, or kind of going for a pool to try and get some units going. We've kind of seen both things recently, kind of interchangeably.
Yeah, it looks like it's definitely that hatch as the scout is going to make the hatch, or at least hanging out there for the minerals. Scout is going in, is going to be able to see a whole lot of nothing, as there is nothing to see except for those hatcheries, so he might be doing a roundabout to make sure that he checks out where all those are. In the meantime, we've got Gateway and Gas going back down in Space Marine's base.
Yeah, there's going to be really delayed tech and stuff from Space Marine here, is putting down that Nexus does really slow it down, but getting that Cybernetics core down as fast as he can. This single gas prior to that Cyber core, putting down the second gas right after, but the probe does see the third hatchery there of Towley, so he's going to know that he's not going to be under too big of a threat, but it just looks like we're starting out into a pretty slow-paced macro game here on Way Station.
Yeah, I mean, both players scouted. I mean, it started with Space Marine going Nexus first at his natural, and Towley was able to spot that. He went hatch first himself, and then took an immediate second hatch as well. Spawning pool just now finishing up, so they both kind of opted, as you said, for those macro openings, but they should be ramping up here relatively soon as Stalkers are coming out, and they should be getting the tech that they want to get.
There's a Zealot here running furiously to chase down this scout drone of Towley, and he's going to give up the chase here at the pylon. Space Marine hasn't really been working too hard on his wall here, as he's been putting most of his buildings in his main, which is actually kind of interesting. Maybe a decision because he saw that third hatchery. But now Twilight Council going down in the main as well, like we mentioned, a Stalker coming out as well to shoo away this incoming Overlord over here. Definitely a thing that Zergs like to have, those pesky things hanging around to do that free scouting. Oh, but he's actually not sending the Stalker up to where the Overlord actually is.
I think, yeah, he's looking over where he thought it was going to be, but Towley moved it up a little bit further, and now is looking like he's going to be scouting around for it a little bit. Wants to try and catch it as it moves in.
Yeah, two lings coming in now just at the exact time that the wall's being completed here, so it is going to keep them out, and any scouting they may be able to get done. Mothership Core comes out as well. But taking a look at Zerg's base, looks like we have a Rotorn coming down. We haven't really seen, honestly, one thing I miss so much out of Zerg is that really quick Roach Max, and we've pretty much exclusively not seen it at all ever this season.
Yeah, that's true, but we do have from Space Marine Dark Shrine, so he's just going early Dark Templar, And even if Space Marine, or, I'm sorry, Towley was able to get that big 200 roach rush, as you were saying, it's going to leave him without a whole lot of detectors. And
Oh, but
that could be
Towley
a
is
problem.
definitely sniffing it out. It looks like he's going to be able to at least get this one pylon down here canceled if he can get these Zerglings around it, but the one behind it is going to finish. It does look like in that Dark Templar, or Dark Shrine is only about 2/3 done here, so he is going to probably be able to get the warp in now as he's distracting the Zerglings with these extra pylons putting down. So now, if his plan goes as correctly, Tali is going to think that he has cleaned it up, but in fact, I believe he's scouted this pylon here. Yes, he has, so he's going to know it's here. The Dark Shrine is not going to get down. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. No, it looks like he is going to be able to hold this in long enough to get a Dark Templar warped in.
And there they are. 3 Dark Templar are warping in, and the question is, does Towley recognize what is happening? There are no there's nothing, no detectors in production right now, and those DTs are splitting up, going to each of the mineral lines, taking out the Queen first, it looks like.
And he's putting down those spore crawlers at each base now, with the layer actually coming down.
That's, yeah, doubles spore, it looks like. Here
Towley
as well,
is in a rough spot here because these spores are just not going to finish. He's trying to make the little block around the spore in his main, but that DT is going to kill it just as it pops out. So Hurt City here for Towley still in his main base, and that layer is about half done, so he will have some mobile detection once that finishes. But man, looks like he's got it handled at his natural expansion, but at the third base it is not handled as there is no spore there, so he is eventually most likely going to lose that hatchery there. And
it looks like Space Marine is just doubling down after this with 5 more gateways in production. They are just now finishing up, so he is not choosing to kind of expand off of this. He wants to end it now, and in come the Stalker threat. There is really nothing here for Towley, and this is not going to go well for him. Zerglings do rush in. Drones are pulled, moving in, and the time warp goes down, and the Stalkers are focusing on those Zerglings. There's the GG.
So it looks like we have a very quick game there. I mean, really, Space Marine did a great job. He just really distracted Towley for long enough to just get a decent clutch force of Stalkers to where Towley just was not mining for about 3 to 4 minutes there. And just really, he had a Roach Warren and started to produce roaches, but wasn't really able to get any out to hold off the Stalkers. So a well-timed game there by Space Marine, and GG indeed.
That's right. That is going to put Team Gravity up 1-0 against Miraculous Gaming, and Towley falling there. So